Hello and welcome to Junkball Media. The Star Trek Beyond trailer revealed the existence of the USS Franklin with this shoulder patch on Spock's jacket. Now, thanks to Twitter account dbwilson and trekcore.com, we get a glimpse at the concept art for the actual ship. Since this is just concept art, it's not necessarily the final design of the ship, so by the time we get to see her in Star Trek Beyond, there should be significant changes. But for fun, let's break down the USS Franklin concept art. Concept art is a good way to get a glimpse at the creative process that artists go through when they hone in on the designs that they want for whatever it is they're working on. Here's the USS Kelvin concept art from Ryan Church, and as you can see here at this stage, the ship has a more futuristic, sleek look than what it ended up having in the movie, where it was a bit more rough around the edges and had a lot more weathering on the hull. Conversely, with the Enterprise, the ship has a more retro look at this point during the design process, whereas the ship had a more futuristic, sleek look by the time we ended up seeing it in the movie. So the point is, subtle changes can really change the impression of the ship from the concept stage to the final stage. So let's take a look at the USS Franklin. In terms of overall design, it has a common Federation motif with the saucer section and two raised warp nacelles in the rear, similar to the NX-class Enterprise. In fact, the warp nacelles on this ship are very similar to the NX-class Enterprise's warp nacelles. And it's definitely an older Federation vessel. You can see this pattern going around the saucer section. And the saucer section looks like it's a bit concave, where it goes down and then back up towards the bridge module. If we take a closer look at the front of the ship, we can see the name USS Franklin appear in front of the view screen. I guess it's named after Ben Franklin or Aretha Franklin. And we can get a rough idea of its scale from the view screen window here. In the trailer, we can see it behind Sulu. It looks like it's about 1.5 meters tall. So from that, the ship is about 42 meters wide and about 60 meters long, which makes it pretty small. Especially when you consider that the Enterprise is 725 meters long. The Franklin is almost small enough to fit inside the USS Enterprise's shuttle bay. Here I'll put a small figure here for scale, and it looks like the ship is mainly just a bridge compartment with some other smaller compartments around their saucer section rim, because the rest of it is pretty thin, so I guess there's room for maybe one, possibly two decks. But again, this is just concept art, so the actual scale of the ship isn't really even determined until the end when the CG artists are building the model of the ship. And even then, it's going to be scaled to whatever looks best on screen at any given moment. For example, look at this shot from Star Trek 2009. There's half of a saucer section right in front of the Enterprise, and even half of the saucer section is bigger than the Enterprise itself. So the filmmakers these days are definitely going for dramatic effect more than internal logic within the movie. So these have been just some of my thoughts and initial impressions of the USS Franklin. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.